Sounds good.
Good evening, Crimson Tide Nation, and welcome to the 60th edition of the Alabama Call-In Show from yours truly, Jackson Johnson and Jeffrey Donning Talk Sports. As we have moved up the Call-In Show to Wednesday night this week on account of Thanksgiving night. We will make sure that you're rock and rolling Thanksgiving with the ones that you are thankful for. And let me tell you something, it's going to be a wild ride as we'll be going over our last takes for the 2025 edition of the Iron Bowl. It's going to be a fun one. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Doing really good, Jackson. Definitely excited to celebrate Thanksgiving with family, obviously. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun as it is every year. I mean, the holiday in and of itself is, it's just fantastic, just everything that's transpired throughout history, from, that original Thanksgiving in America. It's it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. If you know, I know some people probably don't read up on their history, but, a lot of people still do, but it's good stuff. I love Thanksgiving, just so much to be thankful for, stuff that a lot of times we take for granted. So, it's a great holiday, and I'm it's one of my favorites. I love Thanksgiving, so I can't wait for it. Definitely hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and hopefully the Alabama football team has a great Thanksgiving to get a little bit of rest and relaxation, but also stay primed and ready for their target on Saturday. So definitely a lot of good stuff.
For sure, man. It's just going to be a fun one. I might be in the minority for saying it, but I wish we had the Iron Bowl on Thanksgiving a couple times. But, it's like, oh, I forgot. I already went to that point. My bad. I just love it that much. Like, somebody mentioned it on X the other day, and I was like, oh, my God, I want this to happen so bad. But, you want to do some last second shopping. You gotta like do that. You gotta haul in the Black Friday shopping. This is a perfect way to do it, good ladies and gentlemen. We've got the merch for Alabama The Voice College Football. Got the dad hat, the trucker hat, the t-shirt, the heavyweight t-shirt, the polo shirt, the tumbler cup, the game day mug, that sweatshirt, and the can cooler. We've got it all. We've got it all right here on Alabama The Voice College Football. It's going to be a wild ride. One of these days, we're going to be adding the dog bowl back on here and that journal. Because I'm telling you, the Voice College Football Journal keeps your secrets safe. Oh, man. And we got our first caller tonight. Godfather of the SEC. What is up, good buddy? Here we go. He's getting his game face on. There we go. Getting the sunglass ray. There we go.
I am. That's the story of my life. I'm always muted. Some might say that's a lie, so we might ought to shut up talking about that. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Like everybody else, getting ready for Turkey Day. It's upon us again. We were sitting around, wringing our hands, waiting on the Alabama season to start. Now it's Christmas. Time moves quick, boys. I tell you, it moves quick.
The second half of the year moves faster than the first half of the year. And I know that is an oxymoronic statement at the end of the day because time moves the same speed. It is all perception. But to us human beings, it does move faster the second half. It just does. Like, even though it's the same amount of time, it flies by. When you get around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that, Halloween, like even hit Halloween, you blink and it's over, and it's the new year. It's crazy. So I love this time of year. It's a busy time of year for many. It's busy time of year, which is tough, but the holidays themselves, being with family, being with friends, all that type stuff, and celebrating what the holidays mean, that's great stuff. I love that. It's one of my it is my favorite, time of the year around this time. But it's one of the greatest things in life, honestly, is spending time with family and friends. And for a lot of people, this is the only time you can do it.
Well, there you go. And a happy Thanksgiving from our good buddy Lucas Hill, where he says, "Happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Hot take brisket is a better main course than turkey."
Brisket and turkey.
Coming in hot. There we go.
Fried turkey. Is the turkey going to be fried or is it going to be cooked in the oven?
I don't care. Meat's meat. That's the way I look at it. I don't care.
There you go.
That's the way I look at it.
Well, here it is. We're here at the rivalry week. I was thinking about it before the show started there. I saw a little clip from Coach Bryant there. It took me back several years. This was a very important game to Coach Bryant. I mean, like I've always said, he had this game circled on the calendar, and beating Auburn was it was a must. People that can remember way back then, like me, and well, of course, I'm not the only one. There's still several people around that can, but Alabama and Auburn week always seemed to, it didn't matter to me, what the records are. People say, well, it doesn't matter what the records are. I guess when it boils right down to it, it probably don't. But, we was thinking about, me and Jackson was talking there before the show. Coach Bryant's show way back then, he was the first ESPN. He was the actual trailblazer of that. Him and another friend of his that knew how to get that stuff going. That's what Coach Bryant wanted to do when he came to Alabama in '58. Not long after they won the national championship in '61, he wanted to start he wanted people to have a sports program on Sunday where they could keep up with Alabama football instead of just having to read it out of the paper. He wanted to be on TV where he could show everybody, showcase everyone, who everybody made the good plays and all that kind of stuff. And he was a trailblazer, I think, for that stuff. If you really go back and look at it, he was one of the trailblazers anyway. And I remember when it first started coming on, it would come on at 4 o'clock of the evening. And I forgot exactly what happened, but later on, the show progressed. They moved it up to 12 o'clock on Channel 6. Well, like I said, we only had 3 or 4 channels, 6, 13, 42 if you turned your antenna right, and channel 10, that's what you had. You had 4. And, that was in the early 70s, around in there. But they started getting complaints. They started calling the studio, getting complaints. The churches was calling. This is a true story now. The churches were calling, the restaurants were calling. Wanting to know what the hell did y'all change your show back to 12 o'clock? Ain't nobody coming in here eating. Ain't nobody at church. They called, complaining, and then Coach Bryant, eventually they moved it to 2 o'clock where everybody could, get to see the show because the pews were empty and the seats were empty in the eating places that were open. You didn't have availability back then like you do now because everything wasn't open back then. You just had, but and he's the one that actually made people buy extra TVs, and you started seeing TVs in places where you got out and ate. So he was kind of a trailblazer of that. You go in every sports bar in the country, you got 1,000 TVs in there now. But and back then you started looking. Well, there's there's a TV in the corner. But black and white TVs, you could put up on the stand like they put them in the hospital. And, that was Coach Bryant had better ratings on Sunday than the NFL. Case closed. That's true. That's not Waylon blowing crap out his mouth, as Caden would usually say. That's the facts. That's the facts.
He would have said that too if he was here. He'd be like, "Oh, it's dumb. It's
That's
brain full of doo doo or whatever he would say."
Or he'd fake yawn or something.
I mean, again, the fake yawn, the legendary fake yawn. It's like The thing is, if he was talking about some Ohio State story like that from 70 years ago, it's so cool, which he probably doesn't even know any, so he couldn't do that. But when it comes to Alabama history like that, like Godfather brings when he comes on, I mean, that's great stuff. That is cool. I mean, that it's not a yawn. I mean, if you're a college football fan, these stories, even if you're not a Bama fan, these stories are great.
Oh yeah, I mean, people didn't realize that back then, but when you're popping a show in a small town in Birmingham, Alabama, where they had it, I know where they had it there, and pretty close. That's not there anymore. You're getting better ratings than the NFL. I mean, you stroking. I mean, like I told Jackson, they only had a few sponsors: Red Diamond, done tea and coffee. You had Coca-Cola, Golden Flake, and Ziegler Processing Meats. Ziegler, y'all remember Ziegler hot dogs? You remember?
Yeah, I think I've heard of them. Yeah.
Man, Ziegler hot dogs. I guarantee you, mom and dad did. If you go back and ask them, Jeffrey's mother and father is probably Gen X. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably. They remember Ziegler's. They remember Ziegler's. I guarantee you they did. If they were from the South, I know they did.
Yeah, they probably do know that.
And the Ziegler's. I mean, that was big stuff in all your grocery stores, and that was the sponsors he had, and that's what he wanted to do. And he brought college football into your living room on Sunday. Nobody else was doing it. I can recall or remember there was no one else except for your sports channels, what you had, but I just thought I'd bring that up since it was Auburn Alabama week. Like I said, it was always an important game to him. He didn't quite agree with Coach Dye going down there. Coach Dye asked him. Coach Bryant told the reporter it was a lady. I can't remember her name. It might have been a man. He said he asked him what he thought about Coach Dye going down to coach at Auburn. He said, "Well, I don't like it." That's the exact words that came out of his mouth. I can't stop him from going, but I don't like it, and he didn't want him going down there, and he thought Auburn was the enemy in his eyes. He was he was bigger than life. He was such like the guy said. He was just it was just a fun thing to watch on Sunday, and all the great Iron Bowls we played there in Legion Field. I mean, so many games we went to, so many gone away, so many people gone away. But it's a very important game for the state of Alabama. It might not be for the rest of the country, but I don't know what y'all's opinion is. I know y'all Alabama fans. I don't know what games you circle on on your page or on your schedule. That's left up to you. But Auburn and Alabama game is very important to me. It's probably one of the most important games on the schedule. No, it's not the only game on the schedule. Period. That's exactly right. Like Coach Brown always said, we got to win the rest of them to be national champions. But we definitely want to take care of Auburn because that's our in-state rival, and we want to do it with class. We want to go out there and beat them. We knock them down. We get our hand, put it out there, help them up, knock them down again, help them back up. We do it with class, walk off and leave. And good Lord's willing, we'll see you in 365 days again. But that's my little spiel for tonight. I don't know what the prediction. I was joking around the other night. I said 52 to what, 14-10.
Yeah, I was laughing when I saw that because I'd love that to happen. But man, it's probably going to be close.
Oh man, so I bet Godfather. I bet like the Iron Balls that you enjoyed, like were 61, where Pat Brown was just chewing up that Auburn defense, and 79 was definitely a good one, where Stedman Shealy was leading the game-winning drive. 71, that was winner of Alabama Auburn's going against winner of Nebraska Oklahoma. That was a fun one right there. What are your top 5 Iron Bowls in your eyes? Like before your lifetime, during your lifetime, basically throughout the whole history of this rivalry.
My most favorite Iron Bowl that was the Van Tiffin 52-yard field goal.
1985. There we go.
I mean, Coach Bryant's 315th win against Auburn.
1981. Oh yeah.
Um,
Man, Friday's going to be the 44th anniversary of Bear Bryant's 315th win. That's going to be awesome right there.
I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, you know, you can talk about. We can sit here and talk the rest of the night about Iron Bowls. I mean, there were so many of them and so many classics. You know, you got a couple under Nick, the Grave Digger. You know, and that's three. I guess that would be one of the most favorite ones, I guess, and it would be in my top five. The next two, I don't know. It's just a toss up. It's just, you know, there were so many great ones, but in my most favorite one was the Van Tiffen kick, believe it or not, and Coach Bryant's 315th victory. That meant a lot, breaking Alonzo Stacks, you know, his record. Uh, that was, you know, they gave him the game ball. He said, it's been a long damn time I've been waiting. That's what he told him in the locker room. That was his exact words. Been a long damn time. So,
Oh man.
you know, I don't know what y'all's are. Y'all can't fall back as far as I can, but there was some classics played there in Legion Field. There were some exciting ones and some heartbreakers too. So, you know, that's the way the ball bounces. You can't win them all. You're not gonna win them all.
Well, I mean, 1948 is one of my favorite ones because that was the one where we went back to playing the Iron Bowl after 40 years at that time.
Yeah.
Like we beat Auburn so bad that we had some shots in color and we turned it into black and white.
One of the most depressing ones was to see Pat die when Coach Bryant beat him the first time. Then Coach Bryant beat him Pat Dye beat him the second. He beat him the second time because he had Bo Jackson. Coach Bryant was recruiting Bo Jackson. Coach Bryant had just gotten too old. And, you know, he would. And I can tell you the exact reason why, and I'll end it here. Bo was expecting to go start wherever he went to play. That kind of started developing way back then. And that was what kept Bo from going to Alabama, was because he knew Coach Bryant wasn't going to let him go right out there and start. It wasn't going to happen. But he went down there with Coach Dye. Coach Dye put him on the field. And that's all history now. So, you know, of course, he was one of those type athletes. Yeah, he could have started him, but Coach Bryant didn't do business that way, and Coach Dye knew he didn't. But Coach Dye, like I said, it was changing a little bit back then, and Coach Dye was one of the first coaches to do that, to put a player that young on the field, and then let him play, and like I said, it's all history now. But there's a lot of stuff you can talk about the Alabama and Auburn rivalry. I hope it. I don't know what the score will be. It may be a tight game. I just got a feeling, like I told Jackson there while we was talking before the show. I think if Alabama pull about 2 touchdowns the first quarter, maybe 14, throw a field goal in there a little bit, I believe Auburn will. I believe they'll break quick.
Oh, agreed.
I agree with that. I mean, you've gotta break their will. You know, like Georgia didn't really break their will, but after the infamous Kirby Smart fake timeout thing, after that, like Auburn just fell apart. So Auburn is fragile, but at the same time, I mean, when you're playing Alabama, it'll be hard to break them. But if we can get up early and get Jordan Hare out of it, I still laughed the other day when our guest Kyle Loomis, that was so funny when he pronounced Jordan Hare the whatever he said.
Jordan.
Okay. I mean, if you're gonna call it that, you need to add a U to Jordan. I mean, Jou. It's kind of like I don't know if people remember. I mean, I'm in North Carolina, but if people know what Camp Lejeune is, it's a military base in North Carolina, but people were calling it Camp Lejeune for a while, and I'm like, okay, there's no R in Lejeune. There's no R in it. If you want to call it Camp Lejeune, add an R. If you want to call it Jordan Hare, then add a U. It's Jordan Hare. Jordan does not have a U in it. I'm sorry. Like, I don't understand why people do that pronunciation stuff. Like, I mean, I thought it was funny when he said it. It was great. I just don't get it. Like, but yeah.
Jordan Hare, Hare. Come on. Hair. Not Hair. It's a bunny rabbit hair. They've,
They think they're Bud's Bunny. That's the thing, but they're not.
yeah, it's always been pronounced,
That's
it's all
nothing original.
wrong. Jordan Hare, Jordan Hare, Jordan Hare, Jordan. I mean, I don't know, it's just,
I mean, that's the first time I've ever heard anybody say that before. I mean, I've heard that people pronounce it there, but like when he said it, I've never heard anybody say it like that. I've never heard, because I mean, I'm not in Alabama. Like I'm sure if I lived in Alabama, then I would have heard Auburn fans probably say it before. But I mean, I've never heard anyone say it. When he said it on the stream, I was laughing so hard, man. I was like, "You got to be kidding me! That's actually how you guys pronounce that?" Okay. Oh man. What I think's even funnier is that Auburn fans think their stadium is haunted. Yeah, that like haunted against their opponents or themselves, or both. I mean, the thing is, Auburn hasn't been winning a lot at home recently.
No.
So I know, like you remember the tip play that Auburn had, that incredible tip catch thing that one game, and then the kick set. Yeah, there's been crazy stuff that's gone their way at home that you could say it's for them, but recently they just lose a lot. So I mean, I'm not saying it to disparage, but because I mean they could beat us, obviously. I'm just saying it like recently they haven't been winning a lot. So is it haunted for them or against them?
That was the same year, when they had that tip drill. And
yeah, it was the same year. That was an incredible game.
Alabama was number one. They beat Alabama, knocked them out, and Georgia was number one. They beat them too. Alabama and Georgia were both number one. What year was that?
2017. I should know this because I was hearing Gus Malzahn hot seat talk on the week of Georgia week in 2017. And all we heard about was how Auburn could have gotten Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
And then Auburn just smacks Georgia off the face of the earth 2 weeks before rivalry week. And then they upset the Crimson Tide, which 2017 is the last time that either team has won by double digits at Jordan-Hare.
Alabama might have been number 2 that year. They were 1 or 2. They were up there.
They were number 1 in rivalry week.
Yeah, I guess they were number 1. Georgia was too. Auburn got both of them in the same year. Yeah.
In a way, I wish Auburn had won the SEC title game 2017 against Georgia, because I didn't want the revenge story to wait 11 more months. Basically, wait another full year. I did not want to wait 364 more days. I wanted to see the revenge story in the national title or in the semifinals, honestly.
Well, it's not going to be long anyway. We've played the game, the Iron Bowl, on a few Fridays, but
1974, 1987, 2009, and 2010.
It being a night game too sort of puts a little more luster, I guess, in it. I don't know. If you look at the record, night versus day, Auburn has more wins when we played it in the evening than they do during the day against Alabama. I can't remember exactly what the margin is, but they do lead it that way. I don't know.
The last time we had the Iron Bowl kickoff at Jordan-Hare at nighttime was 07, because in 08 kicked off at 2:30. 2009 kicked off on Black Friday in the afternoon. 2010 kicked off in the afternoon. 2011 afternoon. 2014 was a night game, but that was in Tuscaloosa. And 07, that was the first year of the Saban era, of course. And we were coming off a depressing stretch. And Auburn was having their 5-game win streak and turned it into a 6-game winning streak against Alabama that night.
Tuberville beat up on poor little Mike Shulin. Bless his heart. He didn't last long when Saban got there, did he?
No. Now, Alabama shut him out a year later. Man, that was an amazing one right there.
Roy Upchurch. I could throw that in my top 5. Roy Upchurch was the running back. Uh, he was a good player. He caught the that wasn't a blowout, but he caught
That-
one there on the last drive. Which year was it for a winning
That's the
touchdown?
2009 Black Friday game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Craig Bullerjack was calling that game because I didn't hear Vern Lundquist calling it. He was calling Florida State, Florida.
That was a good. That could be in my top five too. There when the Tuberville hit the road, man, he is gone.
Man, yeah, that was the first year of the Chiswick era.
Yeah, Chiswick, he came in, won a national championship. What did they do? Play for another one, or was close to playing for another one the next year.
No, they went 7-5, then won the Chick-fil-A Bowl against Virginia in 2011, and then Malzahn left to take the Arkansas State head coaching job, and Auburn went 3-9 that year in 2012.
I thought they had played for another one there somewhere. Got up there.
They did, but that was when Malzahn took over as head coach, and that
Yeah,
was in his first year.
yeah.
That was the funny thing too, though. In the preseason of 2013, I had Auburn going back to a bowl game because I've got my 2013 Phil Steele magazine, but I've got it in my storage unit, so it's like I can get it out and just be like, "Yep, there it is, I got it."
It
I'm
was.
sure Jackson has them all.
He's got them all. You guarantee it. Jeffrey hit the nail on the head. He's got them all. Yeah.
Well, I
I,
get to a point where I meet Phil Steele. I'll tell him face to face. I mean, I got that little, I got your magazines right here, and I write my little predictions on them.
so I used to keep autographs and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's whatever you want to do, whatever makes you clock tick. I mean, it's fun to have that memorabilia, and you can go back and look at it, and it reminds you of when you with somebody special or a special year or something like that. It's worth it. I mean, used to those magazines what were a dollar. I remember there's a dollar or two. Now they're probably $20 each now. I guess I don't know what they are. That's
Um, I
Now
usually,
everything's digital now. I mean, they're starting to get rid of some of the magazines. I know a couple of them have quit and they're only like doing stuff online now, which is kind of a shame. I mean, like it's all of the conversation. Like physical media is dying. I mean, you see like some things coming back, like vinyls. They're bringing vinyls back now. So like the nostalgic retro aspect of that. But at the end of the day, physical media is going away.
oh yeah.
Whether it's books, whether it's, CDs, DVDs, stuff like that, video games being physical. I like stuff like that. I mean, some people like to collect stuff, you want to have it, it's just like, it's like you said, whatever makes your clock tick, you can't do that though when everything's digital. Can't do that. It's not the same, so it's good to have stuff like that. It's good to have it.
there you go.
All right, gents, it's been great here. I hope everybody has a good Turkey Day. I'll be hanging around in the chat. Uh,
Oh, what's your favorite dish on Thanksgiving before you head on out?
I like ham myself. I'm a ham guy myself. Ham and turkey and dressing. I mean, turkey and dressing. Now, my mother could cook. She cooked dressing. She had to cook dressing for the neighborhood. She cooked in a big old pots like that right there. I mean, she just knew how to cook it, and everybody. I mean, everybody in the neighborhood wanted it. But her turkey and dressing. I mean, everybody's gonna say their mother's turkey and dressing was the best, but turkey and dressing is my little bit of cranberry on the side, and I'm fine.
There you go. Like,
That's a simple man right there, folks, and
Cran-
and, and also a bygone era of having someone cook for the entire neighborhood. You just don't see things like that anymore.
uh,
It's so wholesome, man. It really is.
Yeah, she had big old pots. They were that big around, and you put them in the oven and take out one. They'd come and get it. I mean, the church or something going on where people take it down to the center where they were giving away meals and stuff. Even back then, that was back in the '70s, and that's we done things back then like that also to help people that was kind of down and out, on their luck and stuff. I don't really like saying it that way, but you're always gonna have to people to the season of Thanksgiving and Christmas reminds me more trying to help somebody,
Yeah.
what I can do for myself. I can have Christmas year round. I want to go buy something. I got the money. I go out and buy it. I don't have to wait for a certain time of the year. But I mean, Christmas kind of means, back when you were a kid, you had to wait to that certain time of year. But it changes as you get older. At my age, you'll see what I'm talking about. You'll say, well, the Godfather's gone, but I remember him telling me that.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it. I mean, you sort of kind of focus on the people that don't have what they should have in the richest country in the world.
Yeah.
That's a shame. It's a shame. This country cannot look past its own damn ego, and everybody that doesn't have something or doesn't match up to somebody else, well, it's their downfall. Well, no, it's not always their fault.
Exactly. I
No,
mean,
it falls back on the elected officials and other people. Everybody be millionaires, but this country's we've always claimed the richest country in the world. So why do we have poverty? Why do we have people that don't even have a Thanksgiving meal, or a kid that doesn't get something for Christmas? Or I mean, it just never. I don't understand it, and I guess I never will. I guess I don't know.
well, I'll tell you this though. I get to a point where there's like little some here and there. I'll just be like, there you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Just give it to those I love, you know.
I wore kind of like they called them skull caps back then. We were what we were called. We were called high pressure welders, and you wore that skull cap to keep them sparks. You wore your welding hood. I was in the union. I retired out of the union. That's what I done. I was a union boilermaker. I was a high pressure welder or high rigger contractor like that. And we had ladies that made us skull caps. They made them in all type Alabama cartoons, NFL logos. I always kept 3 or 4 in the truck because I knew every time I'd go in of a morning time or the evening time in the store, there'd be some kid say, "Look, Mama, that guy with that Spider-Man hat on." And I was in line checking out one evening, and that little boy said, "I want that Spider-Man hat." And I mean, it was a morning, might have been of a morning time, and I just take them off and give them to kids, and but I
That's
always,
so cool.
those kids had. I don't even have a Spider-Man anymore. I've given them all the way to the kids. But that cranked my tractor more than somebody giving me something because I've done got old. Like I said, if I wanted something, I could go buy it, and I didn't have to wait or
Exactly.
something like that. But I mean, when he put the hat on, it fell down over his eyes. Well, I had much more hair even back then for what I have now. I mean, it was just boom. I mean, I had to keep it. It was so thick. I had hair like my mother was that way. Uh, but anyway, I mean, to see those kids smile, that's payment enough for me.
There you go.
That's payment enough for me. I've had all I need. I've had a blessed life. I can't complain. If I'm complaining, I'm just wasting air, man. No, I'm done. But anyway, I enjoy y'all's show every Thursday night. Y'all stay safe, everybody. Have a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's team wins on Saturday, whoever you root for. But I hope Michigan beats Ohio State.
I think 90% of America would agree with that.
Bless Ohio State's heart.
I hope Indiana beats whoever they play. Ohio State, well, it's going to be Indiana. Go Signetti. We need him back at Alabama with. Look. All right, cats. I'll see y'all later on. I'll see y'all. I guess you going to do the After Dark show on Saturday night this week, Jeffrey?
Definitely, that is the plan. Hopefully, it's tough when we do the call basically the post game show for an Alabama, the voice of college football late. So the Iron Bowl's coming on at night, so we're going to be doing that probably like 11:30, and then after that, try to go live. It's tough, but I will try to do both back to back because I mean it's always a fun time. It's not the same when I don't go live on Saturday nights. I enjoy doing it. You guys, everybody that calls
It's a
in, it's a
party.
great time. But
It's like
definitely the plan to.
It's like the cats on the Aristocats partying up with their music.
Everybody. Everybody wants to be a cat.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is y'all might get a CMA out of this thing. I don't know. It'll be
Thanks.
for a CMA award next year. You never know. Anyway, all right, y'all be safe and sound. We'll catch y'all hopefully with a big win in our hip pocket there Saturday night and on to the SEC championship maybe, and we'll see what happens. Y'all be safe, man. I'll catch y'all Saturday evening.
Sounds
Stay
great,
safe, stay
Godfather.
warm.
Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving, eating great food, having a great time, and always appreciate it. I love the wholesome stories from Godfather tonight. I agree with them 100%, man. Giving to those less fortunate, people that don't, do not have, like he said, what they should have. People that work hard, people that try, but just can't. It's just good stuff, man. It's some of it is lost in this world today. And it's good to know, people like Godfather are out there. Love Godfather of the SEC.
Agreed, man. He is one of the best of the best, man. And we got our next caller tonight. We got Bert's on the line. How you doing tonight, good buddy?
Hey, what's up, you two? Man, the Godfather's stuff, man, pretty touching. I can't lie.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, man. If it does not pull at the heartstrings at all, man, like, you just don't have a soul. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I just wanted to say before I talk about college football, it's pretty obvious when Godfather says that, oh, why, there's a lot of poverty in our country, a lot of uneducated areas. It's simple, really, because our country spends 773 trillion in the military. You could use that money and invest in all around our country, but nope, our country only cares about being a superpower over us at the end of the day. That's how all superpowers were like. So I don't want to get political here, but it's just true, It is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So but hey, you just have to move on. So man, Auburn, man, I can't lie, dude. That QB, that rookie QB, not freshman, who is that? What's his name, dude? He was a 5-star guy. He committed to Notre. Dude, that guy, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was watching some of him, and dude, he just completely just nailed. I'm not gonna lie, dude. Don't underestimate Auburn, even though they may be trash. I'm telling you right now, dude, they can play hard this game. I'm not even gonna lie. There's something about Auburn just playing hard with Alabama, playing tough and close. I don't know why, but what do you guys feel about that?
Everything you just said, I agree with. I mean,
Really?
Auburn plays harder against Alabama than anyone else.
It's crazy. It's so weird. It's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah, I know, right? They're it's kind of feel like anytime we're watching Auburn, they're basically like how Tennessee was before they got Josh Heupel and after Lane Kiffin left.
Yeah, dude. I can't, dude. If Auburn beats Alabama, bro, I don't know what to say. I do not want them to beat Alabama. Trust me, I want Alabama to make the playoffs. I know Caden wants you guys to lose for sure. Not even a question. And dude, remember that prediction he said on Mark Rogers? He said that Alabama, Michigan, Notre Dame are gonna win less than 20 games. They're already won, dude. They've already won already. They're at what 9, 18, 27 wins. Holy shit,
I mean,
man.
The prediction ages like milk, but yeah, I mean, he just disappears. And then he comes out of the woodwork to make more crappy predictions. I mean, that's just the way that it is.
That is some of the dumbest, I don't know what the hell to say, dude, at this point.
He thought Notre Dame was going to win 7 games this year. I mean,
dude, he's literally that type of guy who literally, there's a button and you say, don't press it. He fucking presses it 10, 20 times. That's literally him, dude. That's literally him. Holy shit, dude. Don't press the fucking button. He just does it, dude. I don't know what to say. Man.
Oh, man. You got me.
I don't know. I mean, his predictions are terrible. He's never right. He said Georgia was gonna kick our butts, and we beat them.
Oh, you guys own Georgia at this point, dude. Kirby Smart is like, holy shit, man. He's cursed with Alabama.
Is Ryan
and
Day
he's like-
cursed
He's like
against
Brock
Michigan?
Lesnar, and
Okay. So here's the thing with Michigan and Ohio State. I just want to say, the issue is this. I feel many Michigan fans, man, they know Ohio State's the better team, but they're just hoping that what happened last year will happen this year, if you know what I mean.
I
So
agree.
like, yeah, that's why everyone's picking Michigan, dude. Now, like literally, like they're just doing it because they believe that what happened last year will happen this year. They know, okay, they know 100%. Ohio State almost outclasses Michigan and everything, and they do. They basically do at this point. Maybe just the running game, the rushing game, but like other than that, man, I like, but I will say it's gonna snow and there is some stuff going, but at the end of the day, man, I do think Ohio State's gonna win. But every time I predicted Ohio State to win, Michigan won. So I'm
Ohio
gonna leave
State
it to
should
that.
have won last year. I mean, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Everyone was shocked that happened.
Yeah.
I
Of
mean,
course.
Michigan
Yeah.
had no quarterback. Michigan's defense was elite, but they had no quarterback. See, I've had people discuss this game to me this year, and it's like Michigan is a better team this year, but it's more spread out. So like
Yeah.
how last year their defense was just fantastic, and their offense was pretty awful. But
And
that was obviously enough to beat Ohio State because they played terrible and Michigan's defense did good. In this game, it's like Michigan has a good defense, but it's not as good as it was last year. Their offense is better, but it's like it almost would be better if Michigan's defense was as elite as it was last year, because if it was, maybe you would have a better shot, because if Ohio State can put up points, if they can air it out, which if the weather's bad, that helps Michigan. It just does. Because if they can't air it out, we don't know what's going on with Smith and Tate either. That's been an issue. I haven't looked any this week.
Smith
they've
is
been out,
likely to come back.
Yeah.
likely to play. So if
And
they're back,
Tate-
that helps Ohio State.
Tate is
go ahead, Jackson.
questionable. Yeah, Tate is questionable as of right now. As of right now, he's questionable.
But the thing is that like those guys, being bad, that helps Ohio State massively for their offense, because Ohio State's their offense is potent. I mean, literally, even though they haven't like put up the biggest stats in the world this year, which has probably hurt Saban's Heisman odds and all that kind of stuff, they've just been in cruise control all year. I mean, they haven't had to really play that hard against anybody. But Michigan, I mean, their defense is good, but it just isn't as good as last year. So Michigan's offense is going to have to score. It's just going to be interesting. I do think the element of like Michigan's going to play very, very hard, so that's going to make their defense better. It's going to perform better, kind of like Auburn. But I mean, that game last year, I mean, they should not have won. I mean, there's no way in the world Michigan should have won that game.
Yeah.
But I mean, Michigan's better team this year. So I mean, if they beat them last year, you think, well, hey, they can beat them this year. Plus, they won at Ohio State last year. This is at Michigan. I mean, everything points to Michigan, right? But
yeah,
Ohio State, they're the best team in the country, and they were the best team in the country last year. So who knows?
Well, and that's the thing, though, is if we didn't have the 12-team playoff era, I kind of feel like Ryan Day would have that John Cooper comparison.
Dude, I wish, man, they did not make the playoffs, man. I'm glad IU made the playoffs and all, but dude, like you've got a 12-team playoff. Ohio State makes the freaking 12-team playoff, and they end up winning the whole thing. Like if they had a loss to Michigan, Ohio State fans would still they lost to Michigan, but if they had a loss to Michigan and not made the playoffs, they didn't finish that sentence. If they had have not made the playoffs, Ryan Day right now, at this point, even being undefeated right now, Ohio State fans will be saying, fire if he don't beat Michigan. See, because if they don't beat Michigan, no one's going to be calling for him to get fired. They're going to be mad. They're going to be angry. But Ohio State fans are going to be like, oh, well, if we win another national title, it's okay. But if they had missed the playoffs last year losing to Michigan, because it would have been a 4-team playoff, they would still be calling for his head. And if he had lost again this year and somehow missed the 4-team playoff, just think about it. I mean, just think of a scenario where that's the case. That's all I'm saying. The 12-team playoff has saved Ryan Day.
Yeah.
It saved him last year, and it's going to save him again this year if they lose to Michigan again. That's all I'm saying. Because I'm telling you, it would have been pandemonium without a 12-team playoff last year. Them losing to Michigan, missing the playoffs, they'd have been just furious. So yeah, things have definitely been good for Ryan Day that they have a 12-team playoff. You got Steve saying receipts are being cut. I mean, I'm not saying a thing. Like receipts on mine,
Steve,
I haven't said squat. I haven't even
well,
you know,
Steve, I think you're going to be
yeah.
very happy with my latest 2 Jacksonian episodes. I promise you that, because I had on Steve
Think about it,
Hellwagon.
Steve. If they lose, they would not make the playoffs in a 14 playoff. Remember Georgia? They lost to Alabama in the SEC championship game last year, and they did not make the title. They did not make the playoffs, the 14 playoffs in 23. They played Florida State in that bowl game, and they blew them out. That's why I'm saying it saved Ryan Day's behind that there was a 12-team playoff, because missing the playoffs again and then again losing to Michigan like that, he would probably get fired. It's not going to happen because a 12-team playoff, he can just turn around and win a national championship. Go ahead, Jackson.
But I was going to say, Steve, you're going to be very happy with my latest 2 Jacksonian episodes. But before I get to that, we got a $9.99 super chat from our good buddy, the Godfather of the SEC, wishing us happy Thanksgiving with the turkey emoji. We appreciate the $9.99 super chat, good buddy. We thank you very much for the support you give us, and we appreciate all of you. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. And remember, we appreciate all super chats and contributions and, becoming a member of Alabama with the Voice College Football. But we want you to also realize, even if you can't be able to contribute, via super chat or membership via YouTube on Alabama with the Voice College Football, no worries, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you like, comment, subscribe, click that notification bell, and share to your friends and family members and all the cashiers at Poets and everybody that you can tell. Because I'm going to tell you right now, we're making some magic all right here on Alabama with the Voice of College Football. And that's because of you guys, all of you watching this. Like, we appreciate all of you. And we are so thankful for all of you.
So, also, can we also talk about Ty Simpson's play against Eastern Illinois? Like, what the hell that was?
Like, that was a failure to communicate.
That's why I'm concerned against the Auburn game, dude. Like, his play needs to get up there. Like, yes, I get it. He is a first round, in my opinion. I think he is a first round, draft, like, pick. But, dude, like, really, man, you cannot be playing like this against freaking Eastern Illinois. Like, holy crap.
Good grief. It's not good.
Yeah, I was so concerned on that. Like, literally, your running game just helped you guys destroy that team and defense. But, like, quarterback play has to get, much better. And I don't know what was with Ty Simpson that day, but, man, he has to get his shit together because Auburn's going to play hard, And that QB is looking, not that bad. Now, who knows? Maybe you guys kill Auburn again and Ty Simpson gets his shit back together, but we'll see, man. It's really interesting.
I think he can. I believe he can.
Yeah.
I really do. But, yeah, I was just telling Steve that I think he's going to be very happy with my latest 2 Jacksonian episodes where I had on Steve Hellwagon Tuesday afternoon, and I had on Patrick Murphy earlier today. And I believe that I've got the Buckeyes ending that losing streak against Michigan with a 21-17 victory in the 2025 edition of the game. Because I've got to feel like it's going to be a defensive battle between both teams.
I picked Ohio State too, man. I picked Ohio State last year. I picked Ohio State. Eventually they're going to win. But, the problem is it's like, all right, Michigan can win. The thing I don't like about predictions, it's like with Miami. I said Miami was going to choke. I said Miami was going to fall apart this year. But I also picked Miami to beat Louisville and SMU as well. Mm-hmm. So does that mean that I was right or wrong? I was right about them falling apart. I was just wrong about what games they were going to lose. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with Ohio State. It's like I've never, not once, thought Michigan couldn't beat them. But I've picked Ohio State every time. Mm-hmm. Did I pick them in 23, though? That 23 Michigan team. I can't remember because that I might have picked Michigan in that time. I can't remember, though. I'd have to go back and look. But I know I picked Ohio State last year.
I remember 2 years ago when I was on the Ocho where I said
You picked
Michigan was
Michigan?
going to win it. I picked Michigan.
I think I did pick Michigan that year.
Uh-huh.
That would make sense. That checks out. I had to have picked Michigan, but I know I picked Ohio State last year. I mean, nobody. I can't say nobody. I mean, most people did not pick Michigan last year. I think more people are picking Michigan this year just because they've won 3 in a row and because Michigan was worse
4.
last year to beat them.
Yep.
4 in a row?
Yeah, it's 4 in a row.
2021 to 2024.
Yep.
Yeah, because
4.
Just like you guys. Are you guys 4 or 5 in a row against Georgia?
let's see. We beat them in 2020. We beat them in 2021, but we lost them in the Natty 2022. We beat them in the SEC title game 2023.
Talk about regular season.
2 straight right now.
Oh, 2 straight? Okay.
2024, 2025.
Got you.
But before we get to our next caller, Bert's, what's your score prediction for the Iron Bowl? And
I'm gonna go with Alabama, honestly, just because you you have to win this game, and I think Kalen DeBoer and stuff even when Ty Simpson played like trash, man, that game, your defense and it was Eastern Illinois, but like I said, your defense and running back game is too good, and Auburn, they allow a lot of points. Okay, they just do. Like they freaking had Vandy score 45 on them or 51 on them. Vandy did, and they just don't have a good defense. So I think I'm gonna go 30-20. I'll say that. Or 21, 30-21. I think it'll be a 9-point score game. Won't be. I think that it'll be close in the beginning, and then at the end, Alabama. And then for Michigan, Ohio State, I got. Man, so I picked Ohio State to win all 4 of those years, and Michigan has won. So I'm going to keep doing that because it's a good luck. So I'll just say 21-17 Ohio State. But, every time I pick Ohio State to win, Michigan has won. So I'm going to take that.
All right. Sounds like a good formula you got there, good buddy.
Yeah, of course, man.
Well, Berts, we will definitely see you later, and happy Thanksgiving. And one more thing. What's your favorite dish?
Oh, yeah, it's fried turkey. I can't have baked turkey or, it tastes just so bad. So we fry. We fry our turkey, man. It's dangerous, but hey, it's worth it, dude. Like fried turkey, man, the dark meat, the crisp, dude, it has no smell. Like I'm telling you, man, turkey can have smell. But yeah, I think fried turkey, and if the turkey's bad, let's say the turkey's trash, because I've had like a lot of turkey that's trash and I don't eat anymore. Probably did mac and cheese, just go for that. But yeah.
Have you seen the William Shatner deep fried turkey thing on YouTube? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I have. That's crazy.
That is so freaking funny, man. I don't know if you've seen that, Jackson, but I saw that probably 7-8 years ago, man. The deep fried turkey just skit with William Shatner is just one of the funniest things to me. I watch it every Thanksgiving, man. I don't know, that just cracks me up.
There you go.
All right, well, take care of you too. Happy Thanksgiving, and good luck with Alabama. Hopefully they win. So
absolutely appreciate it, Bert.
Yeah,
good luck to Michigan as well.
Yeah, of course.
Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you too, my guys. You too. Yep.
You too, man. And we've got
maybe our last caller. We'll see.
It's a possibility, but we got the call-in link all right here on Alabama Voice of College Football, and we are wishing this next caller a very, very happy birthday, because today is his birthday. The day before.
Happy birthday, Austin.
Thank you, guys. You know what tomorrow is? It's the best day of the year. It's Turkey Day, and it's Cowboys Day.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get to watch the Cowboys Chiefs on Thanksgiving Day. So like how the Cowboys and the Lions are like the Thanksgiving Day teams.
Yes, they're the staples, so to speak.
You think they're gonna make the Chiefs the staple Christmas Day team?
Possibility. I mean, we're all young enough here. The Cowboys and Lions have been playing on Thanksgiving since we were all born, probably.
Oh,
So,
man. My
like,
favorite
especially since,
Cowboys memory of Thanksgiving, and this is like way before any of us were born here, was 1974 of Clint Longley making, just throwing long bombs against the Redskins because like they thought, oh, we're gonna knock Roger Staubach out the game. Okay, oh yeah, high five one another, high five. We knocked his butt out. But then they bring in this rookie named Clint Longley, never play a game, and Coach Landers just kind of giving that, okay, kid, you're in. And he's just throwing long bombs all over the place. And this is some kid who was shooting at a barrel of rattlesnakes for fun.
I mean, here's the thing. We've been on a losing end a lot, but one of my favorite Thanksgiving games is when we played the Redskins when RG3 was a rookie. Like, I look back at that now, and I'm like, that was a really special game. That was RG3's breakout game on Thanksgiving against us. Like, that was cool. Jeffrey, do you remember the year the Panthers and Cowboys played on Thanksgiving when Cam absolutely tore us up? You remember that?
Yes, I do. Good times for the Panthers. I mean, I
Hey,
can't be too upset. The Panthers are doing better this year, but I still miss the heyday, man. I still miss the heyday.
But speaking of the heyday, we got a rivalry game this week to talk about, and that's Auburn and Alabama, fellas. And listen, it's simple as this. Bama wins Saturday, they're going to Atlanta. They're taking a chauffeur limousine. But they lose, they're going to need some help. How we
if
feeling?
Alabama loses, we're done. We're out of the playoffs.
Yep.
That's why I said Florida State needs to win Saturday, Jeffrey. Like, I know you thought I was messing. Because here's the thing. If Florida State makes a bowl game, at least you could say we lost to a team that made a bowl game. If Florida State misses a bowl, that kind of hurts your resume more than it already does. You see where I'm coming from?
I see where you're coming from, but the problem is that whether Florida State makes a bowl game or not is not going to matter about whether we make the playoffs or not with a loss to Auburn. If we lose to Auburn, we're not making the playoffs, regardless if Florida State makes a bowl or not. That's completely irrelevant to the situation because the committee will leave us out with 3 losses, not making the SEC title game. It doesn't matter either way. Now, I guess the only scenario that you could say it maybe could matter a little bit is if we make the SEC title game and lose. Maybe the Florida State makes a bowl. It matters just a hair. But I mean, I think that they're going to rest on the laurels of, hey, Alabama beat Georgia, and hey, Alabama made the title game, and hey, Alabama won all those ranked games. They're not going to really care whether Florida State's 5-7 or 6-6.
Well, see,
and I'll tell you this though, if Florida State does win against Florida and they wind up losing their bowl game, we can pretty much go ahead and bring back the 6-7 joke.
Well, and here's the thing too, and what this drives me nuts. This is one of the couple things I want to talk with y'all about.
Taking it back
is they put Notre Dame ahead of Alabama, and they even said this committee is looking at eye test over ranked wins. And my thing with that is, then why are we playing these games? Why does it matter if you play these great teams play one another? If you're going to value the eye test, then just play cupcakes the whole time. Oh, God. Like, I know not to go down that rabbit hole, but that didn't make any sense.
The problem with Notre Dame is because they lost the first 2 games of the year, and they've won every game since. That's it. I mean, that's
a little more than that.
It's a little more than that, but it is the main reason.
Yeah.
It literally is the main reason. You think about the fact that Alabama just lost. Mm-hmm. We just lost. If we had a loss to Florida State and Oklahoma in week 1 and week 2, and then have gone undefeated the rest of the way, we would be ranked ahead of Notre Dame right now.
See, my gripe with contention real fast, Jackson, is then you all going to Athens and beating Georgia. That means nothing? That's what the committee is telling us. That win means absolutely nothing.
Honestly, the way I'm looking at it is, if we were to play Oregon, which I mean, that would be cool if we did. It'd be the first time in school history that Alabama and Oregon are playing one another, and we would get to go to Autzen Stadium. And Kalen DeVore tends to have Oregon's number. When he was at Washington, Washington was unbeaten against Oregon.
I mean, that would be good.
There's a
But-
bright side to everything, ladies and gentlemen. There's a bright side to everything. I promise you.
Notre Dame is people mad, and I get it. I understand it. But the reason Notre
Like, I'm
Dame
not
is right
mad.
where they're at is because they've won every game since their first 2 losses. If they had have lost recently, then they would be ranked lower than Alabama. Miami, their problem is the teams they lost to were just bad. Sorry, Louisville. Sorry, SMU. But compared to the other teams, I know Alabama's Florida State. The exception there was week 1. That's the exception. It is an exception. I don't care what people say. It is an exception. So you're trying to tell me, okay, well, I defend Ohio State just as much as I defend Alabama there. People say, well, Ohio State barely beat Texas. It was week 1.
Mhm.
I think Ohio State would beat Texas by more now than they would have then.
You know what I
It's-
really laugh
It's the
at,
same thing. Week
honestly?
1 games should be taken a lot less, in my opinion. I really do. Not every game should be treated equally. I'm sorry that like some people just go nuts on that because every game has to be treated. It's a week 1 game. Do we honestly believe that Florida State would beat Alabama today?
No.
Do we
No.
honestly believe that? Because if
But
we
here's
do
the thing,
believe
though.
that, there's something just wrong. There is something inherently wrong.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. I get what you're saying, though, but we don't know that for a fact, though. We can't jump to the future because if y'all played Florida State again, who's to say Florida State doesn't beat y'all, but this time has something else go their way, like a pick 6 or a blocked punt return for a touchdown? We don't know that in the future. We can only go off what we've seen, what you're saying. Right now, if they were to play on a neutral field, Bama would probably run away with it, but we don't know that for a fact. But go ahead, though,
Well,
Jeffrey.
Well, I don't think anyone had Louisville losing 38-6 to SMU either. So, I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, anything can happen, I guess. But I'm just saying that most likely we would blow the doors off of them.
It's basically any given Saturday in the world
But
of
the
college
thing is the
football.
loss loses its weight because since then, outside of Oklahoma, Alabama was playing very well. Very good football. All those ranked wins. But we lost to Oklahoma now. And Notre Dame has had all that time to climb. When they lost to Miami, they dropped to number 24
Yes.
in the AP poll. But they've won all these games in a row, so that's why they've been able to move up all these spots. All the teams that are behind Notre Dame in the 2-loss column, whether it's Bama, whether it's Miami, whether Michigan, USC.
Well, see,
USC has 3 losses now. But all those
real-
teams, all those type of teams have lost later than Notre Dame.
well, see, and real fast, and I want to bring this up. BYU is behind Notre Dame, and they have only 1 loss. And I think that's where people are starting to get the inkling again. And I understand, there's different levels of competition.
The issue is that BYU got blown out against Texas Tech. That's the problem. If they had have been competitive in that game, because even Texas Tech lost at Arizona State close in the desert. BYU got pummeled. Okay, again, people don't understand this, right? You're talking about Notre Dame lost by 1 point to A&M. Notre Dame
And a
lost
field goal
by
to
a
Miami.
close 1-score game to Miami and Coral Gables in week 1 and week 2. BYU in the middle of the season played Texas Tech on the road and got destroyed. I'm not saying BYU should be behind, but I'm also not saying they should be ahead either. Because do we really think, has BYU proven itself to say that they are a legitimate top 10 team? Every team in the top 10 has had games where they've looked like one of the 10 best teams in the country, including Bama, including Notre Dame. They've had moments, whether it's against a bad team or not. I don't think BYU's had that moment this season where you can say that is a top 10 team.
No, they've had a lot of gutsy wins. That's the thing about them.
Gutsy wins against average teams.
Mm-hmm. I would say their best win's probably Utah right now, and Utah's at 12. So, and it's just
And didn't they beat Utah at home? Correct.
Yes.
October 18th, 2025.
If they had to play that game in Eccles, they probably lose.
That's true as well. But my thing is too,
That's not a guarantee they would have lost, but they probably would.
And see, my thing is this is what irritates me about this is I'm not upset Notre Dame's in the playoffs. I'm thrilled because that means no $500 for Caden. That's good. Will gets to keep his money. That's good. Go Irish. Woo! But it's just the committee is very flippy floppy. Are we eye test or are we resume? Because
I agree with you there. They are flippy floppy.
Because last year they said it's the resume that they're looking at. Now they're saying eye test. Which is it? All I want is consistent. If we're going to be consistent and the resume is what y'all are looking for, good. That's fine. That's great. And then the next year, don't say, oh, well, now we're looking at the eye test. Which is it? I get it's always a combination of both. But here's the thing. If we're looking at eye test, I mean, Bama, you know that game against South Carolina. Why didn't they punish Bama for that then? I mean, they played awful against South Carolina. I'm sorry to tell you all that, but that's the truth.
We know. That was a bad game.
That's my thing.
You won't have to worry about us for sure. Like we're good there.
I mean, we haven't played as good recently. I mean, we played great against Georgia and Missouri, Vandy, all that. But we didn't look good against South Carolina. We really didn't look good against LSU, and we didn't look good against Oklahoma. So we have been in a funk, and a lot of it is Ty Simpson's play has gone downhill.
I think, honestly, we're saving our best self for the SEC title game and the playoffs.
The thing I think is so funny about Notre Dame joining a conference is that you look at Notre Dame's schedule, and yeah, it's not the strongest, but Notre Dame's schedule, now, I am not looking at strength of schedule. Someone can fact check me and say that the schedule's tougher. But in my opinion, based off what they've played, Notre Dame's had a tougher schedule than Ohio State.
Yeah.
They played at Miami. They played Texas A&M. They've played USC. All Ohio State has played all season long is Texas at home. And now they have at Michigan. Their best win right now is at Illinois, a team
Washington lost. Going to Washington.
Illinois lost
at Washington. Maybe it's their best win now because Illinois has crumbled. But neither win is that great, and that's not a knock on Ohio State because Ohio State's a darn good football team. They're elite, probably the best team in the country. My point there is that just because you join a conference does not mean your schedule is going to be good.
Exactly.
That is the point. So Notre Dame could join the Big Ten and still have one of those years like Ohio State has had this year where your schedule is just flat out garbage.
Well, I want to ask Benjamin, do you know the history? Like, because I know Jeffrey and Austin do, but do you know about the history of why Notre Dame's not in the conference, Ben? Because I'm going to tell you right now, what you want to do is look up the whole history of Notre Dame as to why they're not in the conference. Because I'll be honest with you, and that they actually wanted to be in one. That was the Big Ten. But Big Ten cast them out in the 1900s, and Michigan was the reign leader in that. Sorry to say that, Michigan, but that's true. Like Fielding Yost, like that dude, he was a butthole. Like, what did Notre Dame do to him? But I'll let you. But Ben, but yeah, it's like, and the fact that they get to choose their own schedule, that was where Notre Dame realized, hey, wait a minute, we get to make our own schedule. There you go. It's like they didn't really plan on being an independent. Right.
The thing that frustrates me so much, and maybe I'm just dead set on what I feel, and maybe that blinds me toward the whole argument. I don't know. I have my opinions like everybody else. You know, I do. We all do. And sometimes you just believe so strongly in your opinion that, it's hard to be swayed. The problem I have with the whole Notre Dame thing about the schedule and whether they deserve to make the playoffs, I'm going to say it again. Like I've said it before with Indiana last year. If you did not want these teams in the playoffs, then you shouldn't have expanded the playoffs. You expanded the playoffs to 12 teams. It's
Agreed.
your fault. It is your fault. Notre Dame would be eliminated if it was a 14 playoff. Indiana would have never gotten in the playoffs last year in a 14 playoffs. Ohio State wouldn't have made the playoffs in a 14 playoffs.
Bama would have been eliminated.
Fire Ryan Day all year, which would have been hilarious. You expanded the playoff. I'm not saying you specifically, Ben. I'm not saying anyone specifically did it, but the people that were in favor of it did not realize that because you expanded the playoffs, now it's giving you more opportunity to whine and complain about who makes the playoffs and whether teams deserve it or not. You know what? Most of the teams that make the playoffs on the back end don't deserve to make the playoffs. But if that's the case, then you should have never expanded the playoffs in the first place.
And
because Notre Dame would not have made it if in a 14 playoff this year, and we wouldn't have to hear about Notre Dame.
I think what it is, real fast, to kind of to put a ball on this, because I got two more things. I got a fun game I want you all to play. This is kind of fun. But I feel like, Jeffrey, they thought expanding the playoffs would be like March Madness. They thought we would get like a March Madness feel, where a year where an Arizona State could upset and maybe make a run to the championship. I kind of think that's what they were thinking. I truly do. I think a lot of people see the magic of March and think, oh, like we see these teams make these Cinderella runs, maybe like TCU and Arizona State's and these lower AC teams, maybe Duke can get in the field one year and maybe go on a run and show the world. And it's just like, I don't think that can happen in college football. I'm not saying it will. We won't never have another TCU, but that was a very, 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 very rare instance of everything working in their favor coming together. I think that's why a lot of people wanted this. They wanted the March Madness feel in college football.
Yeah, and trying to make college football March Madness does not end well. I don't think that ends well. And trying to make it more like the NFL does not end well. College football should stay college football. But Austin, you had a little game for us, you said?
Yes, and then I'll give you my score prediction for Alabama Auburn, and Jeffrey might lose his bonkers, but so this is a fun game that I always used to play in school with my buddies, and we're going to use it for the SEC schools.
Okay.
If SEC schools were Thanksgiving dishes, what would they be? This is a fun little game. I'll give you 4. Georgia.
No.
What would they be if they were a Thanksgiving dish? Georgia.
I guess they'd be like the green bean casserole. I'm not too crazy about I don't get too crazy about they're not exactly stuffing.
I love green bean casserole, so they're not that for me. I'll just say the cranberry sauce because I don't like cranberry sauce. So.
No.
Okay. Mississippi State.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, they're cranberry sauce because they're bad. I mean, but I can't use the same thing twice.
They're deviled eggs. I'm not too
sure.
Okay, that's a good comparison. I'll
say Georgia's the deviled eggs, and Mississippi State's the cranberry sauce.
Okay, this is gonna get interesting. LSU.
LSU.
LSU's like caviar, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know that's not a Thanksgiving dish, but like caviar.
Some people eat it, man.
I don't understand it's like I don't understand the obsession with it. It's like
okay, LSU could be caviar.
Full eggs, man.
Well, it's like crap.
Okay, this one ought to be a good one. How about Texas A&M?
Stuff.
What about for you, Jeffrey?
That sounds right. I mean,
I like stuffing. They're rolls.
I don't know. I was gonna make an analogy, but I don't even know if it will work. So I don't know. I mean, all I know is whatever analogy you can make with food is that you've been all right for 80 years, but you never win any awards.
Yeah, that would be Texas A&M. That'd be stuffing. And then, of course, last one, Alabama. They're probably the
Alabama's the gravy, man. The gravy that you just put all over that turkey and mashed potatoes, man. We're that award-winning grandma's gravy.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the turkey. They're the mainstay. They're the one constant. I was thinking turkey, but gravy works too. Gravy works too. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the real question: who's the dinner rolls of the SEC? Like the dinner rolls. That's the important thing. Would that be Vanderbilt? Would they be the dinner roll?
Well, for me, they would be. Yeah.
Well, now, I mean, Lord.
I mean, Ole Miss could be the dinner rolls. I mean,
as long as Lane stays. Yes.
Yeah, don't even get Jeff. I won't even get you started on that. But yeah, that was kind of a fun game I like to play. But to Bama Auburn real fast. I mean, this is going to be a fun game Saturday. It's at night. Expect Auburn to throw everything they got at you, trick plays, everything. My question for you guys is, do you think that Kalen DeBoer, like I mentioned last week, do y'all believe if he does not win this game Saturday, what will his future be on Sunday morning with Bama?
He'll be the coach still, but
yeah.
I mean, it makes year 3 like you got to make the playoffs, but he's not going anywhere. He's not going to Penn State. The Kalen DeBoer to Penn State is a joke. It's not happening.
Yeah,
it's more of a joke than Cignetti to Penn State, and that was a joke.
You're going to see a lot of preseason magazines in summer 2026, just like kind of ranting and raving at DeBoer in the preseason for sure.
I got you. But I think it's going to be a fun game. I'll say 31-29 Alabama, and they win on stopping Auburn on a 2-point conversion to tie it. I feel like we're in one of those games. Auburn's going to go down, score the touchdown with like 5 seconds to go, and they're going to go for 2 for the tie, and Bama's going to make the one final stop, and you'll hear Tuscaloosa Nation celebrating and holding their breath, and poor Jeffrey is going to be exhausted, and you too, Jackson, but you'll survive Jordan Hare again. We'll call it the 2-point stop at Jordan Hare.
Yep. There's always a name for each of our games in the Iron Bowl.
Yes. That's the fun thing about the rivalry. I know you all had Kyle Loomis on Monday, which great guest, by the way.
Oh,
it's funny how a lot of people say Ohio State Michigan's the greatest rivalry. I mean, Alabama Auburn has a great argument for that because it seems like every game y'all played Jordan Hare, there's a name for it. You got Bond in the back of the end zone, Brooks 4th and 31, kick 6. I mean, what's next in this rivalry? Like, does Michigan Ohio State have any of those names? I don't think so.
They got the they got the 10-year war with Bo and Woody. 1 and 206. They got 26.
They're just copying the 100 Years War, man, and all that other junk.
Yeah, wow.
They're just copying the 100 Years War, the 7 Years War, all those other famous wars in history. I mean, it's iconic, but I mean, it's just because over a certain span of time, like a decade, like 10 Years War. You know? Like we got Pacific Games that are remembered.
Yes. Punt, Bama punt. There's run in the mud. Oh my God, the shellackins that we put on Auburn 1948. And
so let me ask you this real fast, and Jackson could probably think this faster because he's a historian. But besides Michigan, Ohio State, and of course this rivalry, what would be number 3?
A lot of people say Texas, Oklahoma's 3.
Notre Dame, USC for me.
Oh, okay.
Knew what you were doing.
Okay. Real fast, Jackson. Why Notre Dame, USC at 3?
It's historic, man. Like the wives of Nate Rodney and Howard Jones made this rivalry happen, man. Like you see the Bush push, you see what happened in 2025, you see like the magic that happened in 1974, where Woody Hayes was with Keith Jackson watching USC just make a top-notch comeback against the Fighting Irish, where they just shellacked a 55-24.
Mhm.
Like, man, that was
Jeffrey?
huge. Right there. The green jersey game, 1977. Now that's another one right there.
Mm-hmm. Jeffrey, why Texas Oklahoma for you? Is that just the popular opinion, or I'm curious to hear
Popular
that.
opinion. I mean, not like necessarily that for me that it's definitively 3. I'm just like I said earlier. Most people say it's Texas Oklahoma.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily wrong. I mean, it is a great game. It has a lot of juice. But I mean, clearly there's a top 2. I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn are definitely top 2. Whether you've got one or the other, number 1, and then there's a gap. I mean, Texas, Oklahoma's good. Alabama, Tennessee is obviously iconic with the cigars and everything. I mean, it's iconic, but I mean, it's just all those games are a little behind. I mean, Georgia, Florida's had some good games.
Well,
Auburn, Florida. I mean, but go ahead though, Jackson.
But yeah, I could see why Jeffrey would have Texas, Oklahoma at 3. Like,
it is popular consensus typically that it's 3.
I mean, it is historical. Where you had 2025 of this year, like being the largest upset since '71, and you've had just Barry Switzer and Darryl Roll just going at it one another.
The funny thing about it being the largest upset since 71, I mean, it really wasn't that big of an upset.
Oh, I know.
I mean, think about it. I mean, for one, Oklahoma had a broken QB at the time. Number 2, you look at, especially now, I mean, I understand at the time, but now Texas is ranked like 16th and Oklahoma is like 8th. I mean, it's really wasn't that big of an upset. I know that you're going off point differential, but with the spread probably, but it really wasn't a big upset. I think I literally picked Texas to win. So, it was not that big of an upset. That's a joke right there. That's kind of a joke. That's the biggest upset since 71. That shows you the rivalry is competitive.
Mm-hmm. I would say Bedlam would have a good case to be up there too, but
the problem with Bedlam is that Oklahoma State's record against Oklahoma is trash. I mean, they have like a 90 to 18 win. Like whatever, it's like 85-18 or some crap. Like Oklahoma has beaten the doors off Oklahoma State 85% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been some good games, but Oklahoma State hasn't beaten them enough. Like, for a rivalry to be good, at least the games have to go back and forth. Like, you have to have like a series like Michigan leads 61-52 over Ohio State. Not Michigan leads Ohio State 95-12.
That's fair. That's fair. And I will say this too. I want to say this because Jackson loves this. Fellas, we got a lot of great rivalries this weekend. Bama, Auburn, Kentucky, Louisville. But there's one team in all of college football that is unrivaled. And they may be the greatest unrivaled we know today. And that is the Penn State Nittany Lions. Ain't that right, Jack? They're unrivaled.
They're morons.
Ohio State's a rival, please. I mean, they can't beat them, and they want to beat them so bad. I mean, Pitt's the rival.
Penn State is basically like the stalker that claims that they're like the simp, just like looking at just hoping to get approval from their crush.
Yeah, and the Big Ten has the audacity to say Penn State Oregon is a rivalry game.
They just played each other this year. They don't even have a history. They go back that far.
You saw the Austin, remember? Because everything's about sponsors now and money, right? Kind of like that Players Era tournament that's a joke. The games have been great, but it's still a joke the way the format is in the setup. It's a complete and utter crapshoot. But with that Venmo Big Ten rivalry series thing that they're doing, Penn State and Oregon is part of the Venmo Big Ten rivalry series, but somehow Michigan Ohio State is not.
Okay, I listen. Like, not to go down a rabbit hole, but Penn State and Oregon don't play each other that often. And the only reason why they're playing each other now is because they're in the same conference. There's no like bad blood.
I mean, if you were gonna make like Penn State Rutgers or Penn State Maryland just because of the location or something like that as the Venmo rivalry series, at least Penn State Michigan State, at least. But
Yeah.
Penn State Oregon, like, are you kidding me right now? Like that is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. They're on the complete opposite sides of the country, and they're not Notre Dame USC related.
Oregon, Washington. That's a perfect example. If you want to talk rivalry, there's your rivalry right there, Big Ten. You could have done that and had Penn State Rutgers, or I know Jackson would say Penn State Pitt, but for that, that's what annoys me with all this realignment stuffy stuff. It's just like Oregon, Penn State is not a rival. They don't hate each other. They don't dislike each other. They don't spit on each other. That makes no sense.
That would be Carolina Duke football were pushing all over each other.
Because it means something. That is a rivalry. That means something. They want it. That would be like Alabama getting matched up with, let's say, Oklahoma. Like, is that really a rivalry? Not really. Alabama, Texas, is that a rivalry? Not really. Do you all consider either one of them rivals?
No.
But
Okay.
Alabama's rivals are LSU, Tennessee, Auburn, and I think you've got to, at least right now, Georgia's a rival by default. I mean, it's not a rivalry game in the truest sense because obviously Auburn, Georgia's the Deep South Bowl's rivalry, but Alabama, Georgia have played so many iconic games in the last 10 to 15 years that I think that it is a rivalry game. It's not a true rivalry game. It's probably never thought of as a rivalry game, but it is a rivalry game. And then Alabama, Ole Miss, I guess. I mean, that's like pushing it.
I've heard Jackson make a case for that one.
Or Mississippi State as well. People try to push that, but I mean, you have every team's got some right. Like Indiana's got Purdue, and then you've got Michigan State, and then people try to throw in Illinois for some whatever reason. Kentucky is a rivalry game that they killed. They're bringing it back in basketball. They still won't bring it back in football. Indiana Louisville in basketball is kind of something, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes away after that. You can't just keep adding teams like, oh my gosh, Indiana and Wisconsin are rivals now. And Indiana and West Virginia are rivals now because they got DeVries. And it's like, okay. Not every game has to be a rivalry, dude. It's not.
I mean, here's the thing, too. When people say, oh, this is a rivalry, you can have a little extra juice behind it. Because here's the thing. If Washington and Alabama ever matched up, and people may say, oh, this is a rivalry now, it's not a rivalry. It's Washington's facing their old coach. That's all that it is. Yeah, Washington be a little more pumped up for that game? Absolutely. Because they'd be like, it's like you left me at the altar. You know, we were doing so good and you left me for that. No offense, Bama, but that other chick, so to speak. I want to show you what you left behind, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that kind of thing.
Literally, Florida played hard against Ole Miss just to try to get Lane to come.
Uh-huh.
That's pathetic.
Players
it makes you look worse because then the very next week you got destroyed again.
It's one of them. Players know. But yeah, as always, fellas, it's nice chatting with you. Happy Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day and happy birthday, everybody.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Austin. I hope you had a great birthday. Did you get cakes? Yes. Cupcakes? You say you like cupcakes, right?
I had brownies.
Brownies. That's it.
Double chocolate chip Hershey brownies.
Nice.
And I had some chicken and baked mac and cheese. And I got like 3 or 4 gifts. So I'm good.
Oh, there you go.
And I get to spend their
on your birthday list.
Yes, I got 3 out of 4. But yeah, it's always good to talk to y'all, especially during rivalry. This is the best time of year. I enjoy it, And remember, guys, don't eat too much turkey because we got football to watch. We can't be sleeping all day, okay? We got football to watch.
Great
Yeah,
advice,
but-
Austin.
I gotta
Have
do
a lot,
some,
but not too much.
Yeah, I gotta do
Yes.
some SEC instant reaction, especially for
Yes.
Ed Cole, clean old fashioned hate, and Texas A&M.
Yes. And stay away from the candy yams. That's my advice for everyone. If they ask me, they're like, what's your least favorite dish at the table? Candy yams. Get it away. Shoot.
You
I don't know
make
how
it
you all-
Garfield, Jackson.
Yep.
Do the funky turkey. Do the candy yam.
Oh my gosh, Jeffrey, what a throwback.
I love
I
that
remember
show,
that.
man.
Oh no.
Do some non-stop shopping to work up an appetite.
Oh,
It's a
Lord.
Thanksgiving one meal. Because the more you eat, the more grateful you are gonna
Oh,
be.
boy.
I love that song,
But
man. The late great Lou Rawls, man. I love
Oh
the
man,
Garfield
Lou
show.
Rawls.
The Garfield show,
Because
like
he's a mean cat.
the
a fat
Halloween,
cat.
the Thanksgiving, and the Christmas special. I love them all. All three are just so
Yes.
good.
He's a
Man.
right there. Dude.
Man, they should make I wish they would do like cartoon versions of like these. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What happened to your sound?
We can still hear you.
Man, like cartoon version, like old Garfield, because he's a fat cat, a mean cat, da. Here comes Garfield, da 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 da.
I love it, man. That show's so great. I love when they're when they get out of the store though, man, right? And then Garfield's like, John, this is not the normal way to go home. He's like, oh yeah, we're taking you to the vet. Not the vet. Then John's running all over the road, hitting the fire hydrants and just going off the bank and just and then they're in the doctor's office and all the animals look just like their owners. Yeah. And then he's like, hey Liz, Dr. Liz. I love it, man. That show is just so great, man. That is just so great. And then when she comes over to John's house and he's telling her all the Thanksgiving holidays and traditions around the world, and then she's falling asleep. I love it. That show is just so great, man. Like, I don't know, they don't make shows like that anymore. You know, I know it's a cliche, you know, modern stuff. They just don't make shows like that. I mean, that Thanksgiving special came out like 35, 40 years ago. And to me, it's better than anything that comes out today. Like it's just a great show, man.
So I was just asking everybody in the chat, favorite Thanksgiving dish. Godfather says canned sweet potatoes. Oh man, like for me, it's stuffing and the Matt Day mac and cheese.
I love green bean casserole. I mean, especially the way my mom makes it is just great. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's good stuff. I love that. I mean, I like turkey too. I'm a simple guy when it comes to food, man. I mean, it doesn't have to get all that creative. I like turkey on Thanksgiving. I like ham on Christmas. I mean, I'm not adverse to mixing it up. Like some people do the different dishes for those holidays, but I mean, turkey's fine, ham's fine. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I love when you have like the extra turkey, right? Like you haven't eaten it all. And then like the next couple days you can make subs, put on like a hoagie bun, man, and just cheese. You got the turkey. You've got, you do the same thing with the ham. I love subs anyway. So it's that's just great, man. Put some banana peppers on it. Yeah. I mean, it's good stuff.
But oh man, so before we wrap up the show tonight, we're gonna go over a little bit about the injury report, and let's see, we're gonna make it real fast, make it like a little fastest 2 minutes. Our guys that are out: Jamarian Latham, Beeman, Kirkpatrick Jr. suspended, Cameron Howard, Kevin Riley's out, Abdul Sanders Jr. out, Danny Lewis Jr. out, Jeremiah Beeman out, Josh Cuevas, our X Factor, out. But we've got our guy, Jeremy Bernard coming back, QB Reese coming back, Parker Brailsford coming back, and the Auburn guys that are out: Champ Anthony, Connor Liu, Horatio Fields, DeMarcus Riddick, Sam Turner, and out for the first half due to suspension is Sylvester Smith. Well, suffering succotash, Sylvester. You getting yourself in a lot of trouble, good buddy. Good for us. That's why I look at it. Man, I'm excited about tomorrow. You know, it's like Thanksgiving. We got pro football, and then Black Friday is coming. We've got it all. We've got it
the
all.
Black Friday college football slate is great. It's a great slate. The only complaint I have is that Indiana Purdue is on at the same time as Texas A&M.
Yeah.
That sucks. But I'll just be flipping them back and forth.
Same.
But yeah, I mean, it's
That's what this baby's for.
Oh yeah. I just love flipping the channels though. Like, I don't know. I mean, you know, to me, like, that's the streaming is just gonna ruin that. I'm gonna be like, if everything goes to just streaming where you gotta, this game's on Peacock and this game's on Netflix and this game's on here. It's like, no, I like flipping the old fashioned channel. You know what I'm saying? Like SpongeBob, his fingers hurt. Ugh, I can't do this anymore. It's like, dude, all right, you really got to work out, dude, if your fingers hurt. You know, I mean, again, like, I like flipping the channels. Because I don't like commercials, man. Like, I can watch commercials sometimes. There's a couple funny ones, but most commercials just suck. So, like, I don't want to watch commercials. Like, when a commercial comes on, I just flip the channel. That's my opportunity to watch another game. And sometimes I got to go through 6 games to find a game that ain't on a commercial. And by golly, I'll do it. I'll find a game. But, you know, I just I can't wait for Black Friday football, though. It's going to be great. I can't wait for NFL football tomorrow. College basketball's on, even though I can't stand the players tournament thing. The games have been great. Just the format stinks and a lot of other problems with it. I like Maui and Battle for Atlantis and all that better. But we got all those basketball games on tomorrow, so that's going to be fun.
There we go.
Again, spend time with family and friends. Hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving. Is off. Like, some people got to work on Thanksgiving, and that sucks. Yep. But hopefully you don't have to work and have a great time with family and friends. Can't wait. And yeah, I did my NFL predictions. Appreciate you putting that in the chat, Jackson.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I got all my predictions. If you want to know what I think about the NFL games in Week 13, my predictions are right there. I'm still doing pretty good on my predictions this season. The NFL's been crazy, but my record's not too bad, so that's been fun. But definitely, I guess, you know, we're about to wrap up the show. Definitely appreciate all the support from everybody. Like the stream for sure. Subscribe. Tell everybody about Alabama, the voice of college football, because the support has been incredible. We passed 3,000 subs. I appreciate it so much. Jackson appreciates it. Mark appreciates it. It's definitely
appreciates it.
It's definitely great stuff from you guys. You guys have been awesome. And definitely also, if you know you want to check out my Saturday night show, you can find me on Only Talk Sports as well. So definitely appreciate that.
There you go. Tell your friends, your family, and the cashiers at Publish about the magic that Jeffrey's making on Only Talk Sports, where he talks sports every single day, or at least he tries to. And you can check me out on Jackson Johnson 979, where I've got my latest episodes of the Jacksonian, where this week has just been Ohio State centric. I had on Steve Hellwagon. I've been featured in an article for Buttnuts 247, you know, where, today's edition of Buckeyes Live was on the article on Buttnuts 247. The Bill Landis episode with Steve Hellwagon and Tony Gerben was on there. And episode 90 of the Jacksonian was featured on there. And we like to give my thanks to Steve Hellwagon for giving me that shout out on Buttnuts 247. And let me tell you, we discussed all kinds of magic for the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. And episode 91 of the Jacksonian, I decided to go for some more Buckeye discussion and talked with Patrick Murphy about the magic of the 2025 season. We made a comparison of 2020. Well, I made a comparison of the 2025 Penn State Nittany Lions to the 2011 Eagles, because I mean they're kind of like them in a way. But spoiler alert, there's more where that came from. All right there on the Jacksonian, and also I'm on SEC at the Voice College Football, tuning in. So For more updates, what I've got going on Alabama at the Voice of College Football, the Jacksonian, SEC at the Voice of College Football, once, twice a week calls on the Fine Bob Show, and a few times a week on Locked Out West Virginia with Mountaineer Paul for Jackson's World College Football. Check me out on there. You won't want to miss it. And you can check it all out on Jacksonville CFB on @/Twitter and on Instagram page JacksonShots543908. And of course, we've got the YouTube memberships for Alabama at the Voice of College Football. For $2.99 a month, you can become a Crimson Faithful member where you'll have loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and in the live chat, custom emojis to use in the comments and the live chat, and you get member shoutouts. For $4.99 a month, you can become a Saber Disciple where you'll have priority replies to comments and access to a monthly hangout from yours truly, Jackson Johnson, Jeffrey Only Taught Sports, and Trevion Ware. And for $9.99 a month, you can become a Bear Bryant legend where you can connect on social media with each of us and give out content requests of any kind. And neither rain nor sleet nor snow nor the weird weather of Alabama will put a stop to us for fulfilling your content requests. And with that being said, we wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much, Troy V. And I can tell you right now, we want you all to stay safe, stay warm. It's cold out. And to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and share this show down below. Share the channel link down below so you never miss no video whatsoever. And we will be seeing you Saturday night after the conclusion of Alabama Auburn. And roll
Tide.